Hello, welcome back. Yes, we're talking about monsters because we always talk about monsters. This is the time of the week where I cover monster lore for a creature or a beast or something like that, and then we make some tools. We do a monster workshop. And again, we're going to do the same sort of thing. I think it works out pretty well. I like doing it, and that's always an important factor too. I'm going to put up a poll. Fred Huber, welcome Fred Huber, and Huber is indicating that we need to have a bacon monster, and it would be the probably one of the more difficult monsters to run. So my suggestion to you is I'm going to put up a poll. Take part in the poll if you want to. After the presentation, we'll be going, and probably we're going to be doing some more monster weaknesses. I think it's quite interesting. I want to go back over doing that. We had worked our way to about 60 different weaknesses for a monster. Only 40 more to go. Sure, that can be done. Anyway, we're going to talk about the Wraith Lore, and it's part of this book here. And hopefully my voice will hold out while I try to talk and cover this. And there's no guarantees, of course. But anyway, I have a drink of water. Hopefully that'll help. And hopefully I can keep my voice without cracking too much to finish this off. It's always a... anyway, let's do this. Hi, welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Wheeler, and today I want to talk about monsters. Monsters, creatures, beasts. That's right. Let's cover the Wraith Lore. Now, when I say the Wraith Lore, it is a lure, a wraith that is a lure. It is a devil. It is the monster lore for a 5e compatible monster, a D&D 5e monster from Esper's Emporium of Esoterica. So the Wraith Lore is a diabolic trickster. You might pluck loot from a dead bandit, a purse of gold coins, a diamond necklace, and a gem-encrusted dagger. The Wraith Lore is also known as the escamula, which is kind of like an escalator, but say escamula. Okay, it's an escalator. An infernal tongue. The Wraith Lore is a deceptive devil that baits people into robbing it, and it's trying to get them to rob it of its valuables, which are actually cursed magic items. A cursed amulet will make the wearer vulnerable to injury. A bag of cursed gold pieces will grow heavier and heavier, slowing their movement. A cursed blade can't be disposed of. You can't throw it away, and this weapon will basically mean the holder can only use that weapon and nothing else, and it tends to attack you. It tends to do damage to you. If you stuff things up, it hurts you. The Wraith Lore can see in all darkness, including magical darkness. Magical resistance to spells and effects. The Wraith Lore is tough. It can deal with pretty much anything. It can throw hex bolts. So the Wraith Lore always has a weapon ready, even when it can't use its treacherous blade. The Wraith Lore will feed off people's bloodlust and brutality, so it prefers a strong target. It prefers adventurers and warriors. A common tactic employed by the Wraith Lore is to appear as a bandit that demands the target or the mark's money. And using its shape-shifting powers, the Wraith Lore employs its guile to mislead or encourage their mark or target to attack them. And when the Wraith Lore is struck by enough blows or attacks, it pretends to die, allowing the victors to plunder their body for those fiendish, cursed magic items. If and when the time is right, and there will be a time, the Wraith Lore attacks the targets, employing their malign and evil effects that are imparted to them by those curses onto them, and they work it against them. But they might just let them take those things and wander off into the world to wind up suffering all sorts of problems that they discover later on. That is the Wraith Lore. This is the one sort of thing out of everything I can think of that I've seen here. It's like bait catnip for a player. Anybody who's playing a character who loves magic items, this is basically catnip. It's going to cause a lot of problems. So if you want to mess with your players, this will do it. This is everything there is on the Wraith Lore. Now, if you found this useful and interesting, fantastic. I want to thank my patrons who support me on Patreon so I can do this every week. I want to thank Esper the Bard for allowing me to cover this monster, and all the best with your Wraith Lore. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s. All right. Okay, so we got through that. Not brilliantly, but just about made it. I am drowning in my own mucus. It's just disgusting. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the actual Wraith Lore very quickly before I move on, because Esper has said that he would like me to show off the book and that page, so we can do that. This is not sponsored. Okay, Esper the Bard is a patron, so he does support me on Patreon, but he does not pay me to do this. I decided to do this, so I do not get support in a form of a payment for doing this sort of thing. That's not how it works. I chose to do his monster book because out of all the monster books I'd seen, I thought it was most likely that he would allow me to do it, and also too, I also thought it was most likely that he would be open to me doing this on a regular basis. And so that's why I'm doing this. This is why I'm covering his book. It's a good book. It's got good monsters in it. Anyway, the Wraith Lore. Let's have a look at the Wraith Lore, and I believe we're on to about 165 now, I believe. No, we've done that already. I'm going to apologise now. I'm going to have to clear my throat a lot, and there's nothing I can do about it, people. Okay? It doesn't go away. It is just something I have to live with. So, here we go. The Wraith Lore. This is what you get. This is your creature, your monster. The treacherous blade. It has a treacherous blade attack that basically allows it to hurt you. It does piercing magical damage, of course. It's a magical weapon. It's a magical weapon. You don't want to take that dagger off that that Wraith Lore if you can help it, though, because it's not good for you. I can tell you that now. It can throw hex bolts, so bolts of force can be thrown out, and it has a play dead. It's like a possum. Pretends to play dead, and then of course you get yourself into a whole lot of trouble as you loot its body, which is going to be so easy to get players to do. It's going to be so easy to sucker them into that one. Almost feels unfair in some respects, but maybe not. And then we have Devil's Sight, so it can see in magical darkness. Low cunning, it can actually fight on the ground pretty well. Like, it doesn't get disadvantaged by fighting on the ground, so it's quite a cool way. I find this quite interesting. I haven't seen this sort of thing happen before, and a stat block before. It also has a rundown of how the treacherous blade works. Basically, it's a +1 magical weapon. It's beautiful, and you can't throw it away, get rid of it. You will find that it's the only weapon you can use in your main hand. You can't use anything else. If you miss, it actually hurts you. It'll actually do damage to you. So don't miss your target. Make sure you hit, otherwise it's going to mess you up big time. And the gold literally makes you heavier. You actually slow down. And and then, of course, the amulet, as I said, makes you vulnerable to all damage. But you also get telepathy. So it feels like you're getting something good for it. But are you really? Are you really? Of course, it is a fiend, so this devil has immunity to poison and fire damage, and obviously poison conditioned. The poison condition, 15 hit points, and it's a challenge rating 4. So it's not got a particularly high challenge rating, but you're not really trying to fight to the death. What you're trying to do is get yourself into a position where you can pretend to be dead, and then they take your stuff, and then they suffer the consequences. There's nothing in here that states that when the devil dies, when the Wraith Lore dies, the magic items stop working the way they work. so that's going to be an interesting problem. And I can just imagine what's going to happen as you start passing out those gold coins and you spread them out amongst more and more bags. Everybody's going to be walking really, really slow. You won't be running, okay? You'll be jogging. And if you're trying to jog, you'll be walking. And if you're trying to walk, you'll be crawling. But yes, an interesting creature. Anyway, that is the Wraith Lore for today. And we're going to be moving on from the Wraith Lore to some monster weaknesses. But before we do that, I think what we'll do is we'll go through the chat, have a quick look at what people have had to say. And I'm going to be jumping back and forth fairly quickly. So let me just put in a quick comment here. Hashtag. We are going to make monster weaknesses. Tag name and description. Okay. Now we did this last week. We're carrying it over to this week. Was it last week or this week? I can't remember. I know we're going to carry this over. We were going to finish it, so we're doing this. I'm pretty sure it was last week. For the life of me, I can't remember. It's one of those. Anyway, let's put this in, and then we'll get started. I've got some things I have to put into alphabetical order, and so I will do that while you are pumping in your ideas. And if you don't put your ideas in, then I will have to come up with some stuff myself. So, Milton, hello Milton. Fred Hubert is a patron. Thank you for being here. Milton, how are you doing? The Insane Witch King, the Bacon Monster. Its weakness will be it's delicious. It meant you need to be a good DM to pull off the Wraith Lore. Yes, you do. I would not consider this easy to do. You need to know the right timing to have your monster go down. Otherwise, you're going to wind up with it just full dead rather than pretending to be dead. We need to rewrite curses and remove curse. Well, no, because I don't think you do, because not all curses can be removed with remove curse. There's nothing stopping a game master. There's nothing in the rules really that state that remove curse always removes a curse. It says it removes a curse, but does it? Does it really? Yeah, you half the time you don't even know what the curse is. So yeah, I wouldn't say that it's necessary. Vulnerability to cutting words. Easily insulted. Okay, all right. I see where we're going with this. Let's show you what we have so far. I think that's probably a good start. Out of the 100 or so items, what do we have? So this is what we have. I've put them into alphabetical order. We have addiction, agoraphobia. We have allergic, arachnophobia, I believe. Asthma, bracket, brittle bones, cackle, canine phobia, clumsy, compulsive disorder, conflagrate, electrostatic, elemental weakness, enrage, feeble body, feline phobic, fey blood, flatulent, yes, that's right, it farts, fragile limb, gas breather, gullible, hibernation, and they go on. And I suppose I'll keep reading them out. And what's this one? Easily inebriation. So basically you can get it drunk pretty easily. Lightweight, so it can blow away. Mineral repulsion, moonlight sensitivity, monologue. You've got to have monologue, don't you? Necrophobic. So you can fall asleep easily. Open space vertigo. I don't know that this is how it's supposed to be laid out. That looks wrong. Okay. Let me just fix this. And I don't know. I think we had something that was called that already. Yeah, that's right. Agoraphobic. I think that was the one. So I'm going to just rip that out there. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that was the one. I might just cut it instead. Just cut it out. Let's come back to it. Paper skin, phobia, poor vision, primal link, reflection. Doesn't like its reflection. Running water. So running water is its rust. Short life, slow moving, smelly, sonic vulnerability, stupid, sunlight sensitivity, or sun sensitivity, not sunlight, but sun sensitivity. True name, so if you know its true name, you can force it to do stuff. Unholy, vegetation dependent, vertigo, voracious appetite, weak spot, and then we got a whole bunch of other things here that I need to put into order and arrange as I pluck down or put in your ideas. So we will come back to this. I will do this as we go. So the idea today is you throw some ideas at me and I will put them in. I'm not going to leave the screen up because I know that I'm going to fall behind. And relying on my phone, I've discovered on my live streams, is just not working. So I'm not going to do that. Catastrophic. Okay, that maybe that's what we need to have. I think that's the word we were looking for, isn't it? Let's do this. And define meaning. Confined spaces. So that is the word we want. Yeah. I think that's probably the one. Let's grab that. Go back here. I don't really want to do phobias because there's so many different phobias. If we can go beyond just phobias. Phobias are usually things that are irrational fears. Any terrain that is not enclosed, it becomes confused. Okay. That is not enclosed. Oh, it's supposed to be opposite. I see what they're trying to do here. Now I understand. I don't know if I want that. I'm not sure if I want that. Anyway, let's get the first one down that you've suggested. Okay, so we'll just port this idea over, chuck that in. We're wrong place, put this here, paste. So let's go, the monster. Oh, the hat's coming off. It's so warm in here, it's not funny. Oh, I'm cooking. The monster has an extreme or irrational fear of confined spaces. Let's take that and cut that. Let's put that now. I think it's supposed to go around about here. And paste. Yeah, that seems right. Okay, and what was the other one that you had here, Fred? Easily insulted. Okay, we'll grab this as well. And I'll plonk that into here. And then I'm going to do some rearranging, so we might just jump back to the screen. Paste. Okay, all right. So now that that's done, I'll come over here and forgetful. The monster constantly forgets what it's doing. I actually like that. That's quite good. Let's do this one. The creature constantly forgets what it's doing. Forgetful. I can't remember whose idea that was, but it doesn't matter. Forgetful goes where? For R-L-O there. Paste it. Forgetful. Nice. Okay, next. Pacifist. Would rather die than fight. That is a strange weakness, but let's do that. Let's go cut. Pacifist. Pacifist. Right here. Put that here. The monster would rather die than fight. I suppose we've got to have some monsters that aren't your traditional, they fight to the death. Fair enough. Now we've got forgetful already. and that their ancestors' weapons. Okay. Cursed conduit. The creature is more susceptible to curses and negative effects. Let's put this in. Cursed conduit. Cut. Curse. Where does that go? Right about here. Okay, the creature is more susceptible to curses and negative effects. Curse conduit. And what's our next one? These are untagged, so we'll leave that for now. Banishment. Okay, alright, we might come back to that. Let's think about that a bit more. Bones of the ancestors. Weapons made from its this type of monster does more than normal damage to its kin. Okay. I got forgetful all down already, so we don't need that. Physical, no physical form. Easily insulted. Let's do this one. Cutting words. I'm not going to use cutting words. Okay, so let's forget about that. But the monster is easy to manipulate, and let's find insult. Okay. Disrespect or scorn. Okay, so let's see. It's easy to manipulate. Let's go here. With disrespect or scornful abuse. There we go. I think that's kind of where you were going with this. Let's grab that, and easily insulted. Okay, so let's go cut. And easy. Where are you? Ease, easy on the eyes, easy. Okay, let's put that here. Okay. Right, do I need more water? Probably do. Now, back to my little mess of ideas I have to sort of put together into some form. Location restricted, can only be active in a certain area. Restricted location, I think that's probably location restricted location. I think they will do that. So let's actually turn that into something. Location. The monster can only be active in a certain area or environment. We have something that's kind of similar to that, but not exactly the same, so we'll take that. Restricted location. Cut. Pardon me. Let's put that here. And that's that one. Okay, what else? Banishment. We're going to do something with banishment. I think banishment's a good idea. The monster can be banished. Banished. Banishment. The monster can be banished with a simple task, simple action, simple act, or ritual. Ritual. I think that's right. I think that's going to be fine. Okay, that's it. Let's put banishment in. So, getting there. Cut. Banishment. Beep, banish. Ban. It's got to be here. We gave our monster asthma. That's right. There's actually asthma in here. Next. Multiple personalities. Different personalities can trigger the can be triggered that the creature cannot control. I think that's actually pretty good. Let's do that. We will reword it just a little bit. Monster has different personalities that can be triggered that the creature can't control. And we won't worry about rolling on this. We'll just put that. That's all we need. I don't think we need anything else. Let's position this somewhere. Let's go right here. Copy, cut, multiple personalities. M. Multiple. It's got to be after here. Right? After monologue. Let's put that here. Right there. Perfecto. And what else can I deal with? Well, physical form. Alright, so no physical form. Bones of the ancestors. Ancestors' bones. I'm not too sure how to structure that. I kind of understand what they're trying to do here, but I'm not too sure how to structure that. So I'm going to leave it for now. No physical form. Must have a host to interact with the physical. Scope, is it bodiless? Is there such a word? Bodiless. Bodiless. There we go. That's better. Okay. The monster must have a host to interact with the physical realm. Well, that's definitely a weakness. Yes, I would say that. We can take this one, bodiless. Let's put that in there. Cut, and then B for body. Body, B. It's going to be right after banishment. And there we go. All right. I have mostly caught up on these things that we were working on last time. Not completely. There's just still a few to sort of sort through. Blisters and dissolves when exposed to salt or sodium. I haven't figured out what a tag name for that would be. The monster can't take compliments. I'm not sure what you would call that. Okay, all right. So that's a good starting point. We've got a little bit further than we were before. How are we doing in the chat? Oh my gosh, we've got a lot of ideas. Okay, so there's no more fiddling around for me. I'm going to have to just get my butt moving and try and copy and paste as much as I possibly can and as fast as I can. Thank you for being here, Pale Rider. I can see your ideas, and I believe we have Prepare, Cook, and Survive Derp is in here, and boy, am I behind. So, because I'm so behind, I'm going to push hard and just copy and paste people, and you'll hear me talking, but man, okay, let's just at least mark that point there. There's my X, so I know where to catch up to, and I just have to knuckle down and get your ideas and then write them up so they're going to work. Okay, weakness, bludgeoning, piercing, etc. Nah, I'm not putting that. It's boring. Kenophobia is an intense fear of empty spaces or voids. In embarrassing situations. Kenophobia. So kenophobia is what we're actually after, right? Intense fear of empty spaces or voids. I think that's what we were looking at then. Yeah, so I think what I will do is I'll definitely just take that, and I think that's what they were trying to do before, so we'll just grab that. I've already got that one. But we're doing exactly what I was hoping we wouldn't do, which is to have a whole lot of phobias, specific phobias. Anyway, let's go here, paste, phobia. The monster has an intense fear of empty spaces or voids. Okay, let's put that in. And then cut, K. Where is it? F-G-H-I-K. There. After that one. And paste. All right, so we've got that first one down. Let's see what else we've got here. Weakness. Needs 20,000 pounds of meat a day to survive. Okay. It is a weakness. I'm just not sure how does it work. Okay, let me just grab this for now and drop it in. I'm not too sure how to tag name it. I'm not sure that we need to be that specific, but I get what you're trying to do here. All right, so we've got Pale Rider's idea. Mute. The creature cannot verbally communicate. Oh, that's a good idea. Why not? That's definitely something. So mute, M-U, mute. I believe it goes right here after multiple personalities. Yep. The creature cannot verbally communicate. Okay, all right. That's its weakness. All right, let's keep going. Lame. The creature is injured and unable to walk normally. Speed reduced. I think we have slow moving already. I'm sure we have slow moving, and I think that's good enough. Slow moving. The monster moves slower when traveling or attacking. It's the same sort of thing. I feel like it's doing the same sort of thing. We'll leave lame. Beehive. Hello, prepare, cook, and survive. Beehive, the monster is subdued by smoke. Oh, God. Well, why do we call it Beehive, though? You want to call it Beehive? I am not quite understanding this. I'm putting it in. I like the monster subdued by smoke. I like that idea. Calling it Beehive is another story. I'm not sold on it. Anyway, Derp is a patron. Thank you for being here. What do we got here? Food dependent. The monster must eat regularly or it dies. This is the same thing that all monsters have. You're taking the piss out of me, aren't you? I know you cackling with laughter, you guys. I was cackling with laughter. I was like, let's give him a weakness. If it doesn't eat and doesn't shit, it dies. Like, that's the case with all monsters. All right, I'm putting it down, but I'm not taking it terribly seriously. Food dependent. Oh dear. Oh, okay. Are we just trying to get to 100 before the time's up? I feel like that might be happening. Pests, attracts swarming insects. I like that idea. That is a great idea. Let's do that. And I like gullible too, but gullible, I think we might have something like that. Is it stupid? I think the word might be stupid that we used, but gullible, probably more accurate. Pests. The monster attracts swarming insects. Insects. And let's see what can we do with pest. They're a nuisance or destructive. That's what we want. Are destructive or a nuisance. I think that nails it. Okay, so we've got pests down. And we're going to just cut that one, and I'm ready to put that in now. Pests. Pests. Right there. No. Yes, there. That's it. After paper skin. It could be thin skin. Paper skin. Do we have stupid? The creature is recklessly stupid and will walk right into traps or danger. Is that the same as gullible? The monster believes everything that it can understand. Gullible. The monster believes everything that it can understand or can't understand. Lazy. The monster is lazy. That's definitely a flaw. I would agree. Absolutely. I'm with that. Hello, Big Kid. Big Kid is also a patron. Thank you for being here. Okay. All right. Let's grab this one. Gullible. Gullible, stupid. Oh, I feel like it is slightly different, isn't it? It is a different idea. Gull. We've actually got gullible. The monster is stupid and easily persuaded. We've got gullible already. Okay, lazy. Let's grab lazy, though. Lazy. Lazy. Where are you? After this one. Put this in. Lazy. The monster is lazy. Is lazy. And does almost nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We got lazy in. Next. Actually, Fred, you've expanded and made it. I think that's even better. That is probably far more accurate. Let us do this. No. And if I go back a little bit more, I can put this in. The monster will do anything to avoid physical effort. Lazy. Far more appropriate. That's better. Much better. Well done. Nice. Between the two of you, we got one. Addict. 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 The monster has a addiction and craves. I believe Prepare, Cook, and Survive. We might have addict already. Addiction. The monster is dependent on a particular substance or activity. So we do have that already. So that's fine. We'll move on. Weakness. The monster can't attack or interact unless enraged first. I'm okay. Okay. How does that look? Again, that one I'm not too sure how to structure it. I'm not sure what you're trying to go for here. Yeah, I'm a little clueless on that one. Okay, keep going through this list. Hibernation. They must hibernate, sleep. I am sure we have hibernation already. I think we've done that. Hibernation. The monster has to hibernate, has to sleep at some point during the year. And the monster has to sleep. Has to sleep for long periods at some point during the year. Okay, that's better. Periods. Not in the wrong type of period. Okay, all right, next. Servant. The monster can only obey the orders of its master. It can't improvise or act on its own violet. That's actually quite good. That's good, dude. Let's grab that. I don't think we've got that one. Servant. Servant. It is just a servant. I think that's supposed to go right about here. After rusting. Here we go. Let's go there. The monster can only obey the orders of its master. It can't improvise or act on its own violation. Yes, that's fine. Let's do that one. Got it. Where am I up to? I have got caught up to my first X. Let's put in another new X. We'll put in a Z this time, so I know what I'm getting to. All right, okay. Let's work my way through here. No. Look, there were only 4 of you in here, and I knew you guys weren't going to slack off, but I had to try to keep catch up, didn't I? Photophobic. We've already got sun sensitivity, so we don't need to do that one again. Photosensitivity, bright light harms the creature. We've got that. We've got sunlight. We don't need to do that. Bludgeoning, piercing is boring, but it's basic and works. Yes, it is, but you don't need help with that. I always think every time I think we do these tables, because they're a lot of work. To make 100 of something is a lot of work. I want it to be better than just what you would expect from Wizards of the Coast. And you guys always come up with really, really clever ideas. You know, so being vulnerable to damage, that's all we have to say. We don't have to say bludgeoning, piercing, but it's such an obvious one. And I think we've got a couple that will really kind of duplicate that already. Anyway, water, wicked witch of the west style. Oh, big kid, clever. Okay, all right. Let's get totally silly. Let's go. Dissolving water. Is it dissolving or water dissolving? Water dissolving. Water dissolving. Dissolving. Okay, that's our tag. Oh, good. If I can actually spell it correctly, dissolving. Okay, so the monster shrinks and corrodes when in contact with water. Right, that's the Wicked Witch of the West. Done. Now, I just had an idea pop into my head. Does anybody remember Mars Attacks by Tim Burton, where the aliens, when they heard a specific type of music, their head exploded? I want to do that so much. I'm just going to call it Exploding Head. How's that as a tag name? Because I want to explode some monsters' heads as a weakness. Explode. X. Okay. Exploding head. The monster's head explodes from vibration when hearing a particular song. Okay, all right. Yes, I put that in there. I like that movie. Anyway, it got to have an exploding head. Twice I put in an idea at nearly the same moment as someone. Yeah, well, it happens. Look, you're going to have some crossover. Minion must follow an evil leader. We've kind of got that already, don't we? That servant minion. I mean, we could call servant a minion rather than servant. But which one is more appropriate, minion or servant? I feel like they are. Servant's probably a good enough name. I don't think we need to worry about that. Smoke makes beetles docile. Yes, I'm sure it does. Its alignment and personality are linked to closest creature to it. Is that really a weakness? I don't know that that's a weakness. Snail trail monster leaves a sticky trail in its wake. That is hilarious. Prepare, cook, and survive. Let's grab that little sucker. It always tells its secrets. Oh my God, that is a bad habit. Would that not be a bad habit to have? What would you call that though? I mean, what would you tag that as? A great weakness, but oh my, just unravel you completely. Snail trail. We'll put snail trail in here. Snail. Snail trail. There we go here. Let's put a snail trail in. And the monster leaves a sticky trail in its wake. That can be easily tracked. Oh God. Yeah, you're never going to get away. Even if you can move at supersonic speed, it won't matter because you're going to be easily found. Easily found. Snail trail. Clever. Always tells its secrets. I don't know what the tag name for that would be, but I'm going to grab it, plonk it somewhere, and we'll figure out how to sort that out later. I'm not sure what you would call that. No idea, but there's something there. Okay, next. What else have we got here? Vandal. The creature is compelled to deface any manufactured item or building. Why not? Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a Vandal. Dear. All right. Oh, it looks like we're already at the bottom of the chat. That was fast. Vandal. Van. V. Right here after unholy. Pardon me. Unholy. Paste it. Vandal. Okay, the creature is compelled to deface any manufactured item or building. Okay, all right. Vandal. We've got that. We're up to 75. Only 25 more to go. And some of these are probably not going to work. I'm going to have to ditch them, but that's all right. Or change them a lot. Oh, that's an interesting idea. I'm not really familiar with that. The monster's teeth claws are constantly growing and must gnaw regularly. Hang on. Are you kidding me? That's every creature. You couldn't. We really considering that a weakness? It's like the food dependent one. I got suckered again. How the heck? Oh, okay, all right. I feel like Prepare, Cook, and Survive is suckering me too much today. Anyway, E-names the monster. E-numbers, the monster goes into a sugar rush when consuming sweets. You've done it again. Oh my God. Cannot survive in a certain plane. We've got something like that already. He's suckered me twice. It's at least 3 times now. Okay, all right. I have to pay attention. Wake up, Fred. Scanners. Monster will psychically attack one another till the weakest head explodes. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. All right. Nice. Nice. Very good. Very good. Let's just do this. And drop this in the bottom here. So we just keep going. So I know where I'm up to. I have actually kind of caught up by the looks, which is amazing. Overconfident always forgets an easy way around its plans. Overconfident. Overconfident always forgets an easy way around. No, overconfident. Overconfident. Is that really how we want it to be structured, though? I'm not convinced. I might reword that a little bit. N-O-P, overconfident. I like the idea of the word as a tag, overconfident, and then let's do this. The monster believes it is indestructible. Indestructible, and its plans can't fail. That's a weakness. Particularly if it's not indestructible and its plans can fail. So I think that's a good idea. Let's have that one for sure. The creature speaks its thoughts constantly. Oh, okay. This is like that idea somebody said where it divulges all its secrets. Or yeah, okay. What do you call that, though? How's that look? Ultimately, in the end. Constantly. Okay, all right. I'm not sure how to tailor that. Let's keep going. Neon. The creature's glowing colorization makes it impossible to hide in the dark. That's nice. Do we call it neon or do we just call it glow? Or shine. We're going to have it shine. We don't have glow, but we could just call it glow. I think that would be probably neon. Glow. G for glow. That's what one right after gas breather. We'll put glow. Right. Glow. Let's try that. Creatures bioluminescence, I guess we could do that. Bioluminescence. And bioluminescence and colorization makes it impossible to hide. Is that right? Bioluminescence and colorization makes it impossible to hide in the dark. Okay, right. That's particularly if it's a hiding. Vagabond, the creature must keep moving. It stays in one spot too long, it gets sick. Oh, okay. Vagabond. All right, let's put this in. Vandal, it's got to be after Vandal, isn't it? Vagabond. No, no, it goes before Vandal, doesn't it? Goes there. Okay, Vagabond. Creature must keep moving. If it stays in one spot too long, it gets sick. Vagabond. Okay, let's mark that down. That's fine. It'll do nicely. We're doing good. Okay. Vag the van? Really? Okay, all right. I need a lozenge, and I need to add some more stuff to this, don't I? So let's have a quick look at our document as it stands, so that you know where we're up to. I will go backwards rather than forwards, so that's probably going to be a little bit more useful to see. Try to transition over. There we go. Transitioned over this time. Well done, Fred. Okay, so we've got a few unnamed things, a few things that I put down I really wasn't too sure about. Food dependent. I don't know why I put this. I'm not putting it in, because all monsters die if they don't have that. That's a weakness for everything. It's not a okay. So these ones I haven't sort of figured out yet what to do with. These are in the pipeline, so they're marked down. We're pretty much at about 70 or 69, and I think we've added, what was it? A bunch of them. Where were we up to? Vagabond, Vandal, vegetation dependent, vertigo, voracious appetite, water dissolving, weak spot. The problem is I've put everything to order, so you can't really see what I've added so far from your ideas. So yeah, that's where we're roughly at this point. So doing good, doing pretty good if you ask me. I'm impressed. I'm gonna go take a break. It's cooking in my office. I'm literally melting and trying to keep it together, and it's not working very well. So I'm going to go take a break, come back, see what other ideas you come up with, and I'm going to start adding in some of my own because I'm going to have to get it done, and that's fine. I expected this. I know by the time I get back 5 minutes, you guys probably have already dropped a lot. We've already covered a lot, so I always find near the end of these 100 tables, it starts getting a lot harder to come up with more stuff because we've already done so much of the stuff that's really, really obvious. Anyway, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Keep thinking about some ideas, and I'll add to this list when we get back. 5 minutes or less. Okay, let's see. Back we come. Here we go. What do we got? We've got a few more ideas. Parasite. The monster depends on another creature to host in. Okay. Feeble. All right. Physically weak. Parasitic. Yeah. Okay, let's see this. This is, I suppose that is definitely a weakness. Let's put this in. P. Do we have parasitic? Pest. Para. Right there. Parasitic. The monster depends on another living creature. Another living creature to feed and creature to feed on and feed and shelter on. Shelter on. I think that's what parasites generally do. They use you as a living quarters and a food source, correct? Cold-blooded? I don't think we have had cold-blooded. I think you can come up with something with cold-blooded might work. Feeble. Physically weak. I think we might have that already. We have fragile limbs. Feeble. I feel like feeble is going to be a duplication. Physically weak. I've listed very specifically what all the things are. Limbs could be even more. Doesn't have to be feeble. It could just be fragile. Feeble. The monster has weak ankles, arms, legs, wings, etc. Whatever it is. So we'll just use fragile, etc. Feeble. Okay, so we've got that one. That's done. But not sure how to make it fit. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. No, I think parasitic is going to work fine. Symbiotic. Remember, it's a weakness. Weakness of the bones. Any weapon made with this monster's does more damage. I've already seen this. I've already got this. I just don't have a tag name for it, so I don't know what to tag it as. I don't even understand quite how this is a weakness. It's a very convoluted one, but it still needs a tag name, and I can't think of one, so I've still left it at the unsure what to do with. I want to fill the rest with the variations on canine flatulence. I'm sure you do, but I'm not going to write any of them down, though, Fred. Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. The monster is restricted by climate and... Okay, let's do cold-blooded. Yes, we've done that. We've got restricted location or environment. I believe restricted location or restricted area. Yeah, restricted location. So we've got that. But what else do we need? We need cold-blooded. Let's get this one in. Cold-blooded. Okay. Monster's activity. Is restricted restricted to warm climates and vulnerable to the cold. So if you haven't figured it out, anytime you try to use 5e or D&D terminology, I'm taking it out. So if you want to take it out yourself, you can, but I'm going to take it out no matter what. Okay, but vulnerable to the cold just covers that. Okay, that's cool. Good, sweet. Gravebound. The creature must return to its coffin every night. Oh, good lord! It's the vampire. That was easy. Nice one. The vampire. Gravebound. Grave. Let's see. Gullible. Glow. Afterglow. Okay, I can't take this. I gotta open my door. It is so hot today. I'm just cooking. And I do not want to have to try to run a fan in here. Not that I think that's going to work. I've got so many things hooked up. I'll probably blow something up. Lights here, cameras, computers, microphone. Oh, there's so many things. So many PowerPoints. Okay. Gravebound. The creature must return to its coffin every night. Or perish. Yeah, got it. Done. Nice, done. It's in. Yeah, but I don't have a tag name. I don't know what to tag it as. I'm not going to call it just weakness. I just don't know what a tag name for it would be. It's convoluted, but I still don't have a tag name, so I don't know what to call it. Anyway, let's keep going. We are roughly, I guess, is it 28 items off what we need, which is to be expected. We're trying to make a table of 100, and that takes time. So let's see. Okay. No. It's actually hard to come up with something new. What about something that's about weak-minded? Get Fred and AC. Well, I have a heat pump, but yeah, I ran out of ideas. I'm running out of ideas myself. Hive mind. The monster must stay within the range of the queen's hive mind, or it goes insane. That's very good, Pale Rider. That's very good. Let us take that one. I like that. Hive mind. I always think that when we try to do these 100 tables of this and that and all the way, sometimes we get to a point where there's sort of a cutoff point. Hive mind. The monster must stay within the range of the queen's hive, range of the queen. The hive mind, or it goes insane. I think that's all we need to have there. Okay. I like that. That's a good idea. Nice. Bones of the Father. It's too long. It's too long. I feel like one word or two words, and if we're going any longer than that with a tag, the tag's too long. It's no longer a tag. It might as well be a sentence. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So let me now. Oh, I was just about to say something. Somebody jumped something else in here. Electro-dependent. The creature requires periodic electrical charges to refill its batteries. Uh, yeah, I get what you're doing there. Okay, all right. Electro-dependent. Electro-dependent. Let's do this. So, electro-dependent. I think that's kind of two words. The monster requires periodic electrical charges to refill its batteries. Okay. All right. Done. Got it done. Non-existent. The monster doesn't really exist. Is that a weakness? I'm not sure what to do with that. It doesn't feel like a weakness. It just feels like an attribute. Whose weakness are we talking about here when we deal with... I'm not sure what to do with that. I really am. I'm not sure what to do with that. Okay, what else? Now... what about something like it's easy to mind control, or it's easy to control, manipulate its mind? We've got gullible, and I feel like that's actually gullible, and the other one kind of do that already. I don't know if we need to do another one that's so similar. Do you know the ghost from the ghost character from, is it Ant-Man and the Wasp, where they're out of phase? Because that's like a weakness, isn't it? That ghost character, she's constantly phasing in and out, and maybe that's something we can do. It's an unstable substance. Maybe we can do something like that. Now, how do I write that though? That's the question. So. No. Phasing. What would it be? Out of phase. No. What about disrupted phase? The monster is constantly out of phase with reality and unstable. Unstable in their current state. Does it say anymore? In their current state is constantly monster is constantly out of phase with reality and with... I'm saying the same thing again. Okay, the monster is constantly out of phase with the physical world. Disrupted phase. I think that will I think that will kind of do it there. That might be all right. Okay, all right. So let's put this one in, and then I'm going to grab some stuff from the chat. Copy. Disrupted. Dis. Let's go here. All right, let's see what else you've got here. Parallel existence. Parallel existence. Is that parallel existence relating to the non-existent? I think that's what you're trying to do, right? The monster doesn't really exist. Flammable. Any spark or open flame will ignite the creature, causing damage or death. Okay. All right. I think we have something like that, but it's called something else. Conflagrate. And you have called it something else, that's all. You have called it flammable. Which flammable actually probably makes more sense to call it flammable. Conflagrate is sort of... start to burn or burst into flames. Okay, flammable. I think maybe we just shift it. Okay. And we'll just call this flammable, eh? That's very flammable. Or easily burns. Okay, alright, let's take the F, flammable, and put it somewhere else. Cut. Flammable. There we go. Paste. Feeble body, fragile. The creature is vulnerable to poison, necrosis, and is more susceptible to diseases. Feeble. So we've already got something like feeble body. We've already got something like that. Okay. All right. Now I'm starting to understand where we're up to. There's a few things that feel repetitive, but we've got there. Can't read. Oh, why not? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Immobile. The monster cannot move. Yeah. We had slow mobility, but immobile is probably worse. So we can put that in. Immobile. A monster that can't move. The monster can't move at all. Right, immobile. Well, that's a pretty bad weakness. Yep, absolutely. Let's put that in. Sith draws power from negative thoughts. Okay, so I like the idea. I don't think I'm going to call it Sith, though. It's going to be called something else. We need to call it something else. Drain evil. maybe that'll be the way to go. Let's call it Drain Evil. And then we put in your suggestion here. Let's take that out. So the monster draws power from negative thoughts, and negative thoughts and actions. No, let's just go with negative thoughts. I actually think that's actually, it's not quite right, isn't it? Is it? It's got to be something else. What's another word for this that we could? Cancel, negate, bleak, denial, cynical, gloom. Okay, alright, so this is what we need to do. We need to switch this. Not drain evil, it's going to be something else. Draws from negative, could be negative thoughts, could be a lot of things. Negative could be a lot of different things, so let's see. Squash, veto, reject, nullify, negate, offset, neutralize, balance. Oh, what's a harder one? Let's just go here, thoughts. The creature draws power from negative thoughts. I'll just put down drain thoughts. I think that's probably going to be easier, rather than calling it Sith. Yoda speaks sentence with the words out of order. Oh, yeah, alright. Untied. Disarmed has met his Sith father. Oh, good lord. Achilles. Heal. Aha, aha. Prepare, cook, and survivors. On fire tonight with his jokes. Well done. You're doing very well. I can see it. I can see it. I know what you're doing. Let's just do this. Paste. No, that didn't work. Let's try again. Okay. The monster can't read. Any language text. Okay. I think that's what we wanted that to be. Let's just check. Hard to know, hard to know. Paste. Meaning. Unaccountable, humorist. Oh, it's something else. Oh, I see. I see. I got done again. Really? You guys have caught me out so many times now. Really? Yeah, I should have guessed. I got suckered again. Again I got. Right. But we can use it. Okay, let's do this one. So dyslexic. We have a dyslexic monster. D, dyslexic, D. Let's put that in. And then we had another one which we were calling disrupted phase, which I haven't put in, but I should. So cut this D for disrupted phase. Where is it? D. Oh, we've got disrupted phase already in place. It's already put there. I must have copied it and not cut it. That'll be what's going on. Okay. Disarm has met his Safara. Achilles heel. The monster has a weak spot on it. Otherwise, we've got something like that already, which is fragile. Like we were calling it fragile limb at one point. Arithmomaniac. The monster is susceptible to stop and count things. Arithmomaniac. What? Are we serious? Yeah, it has been used under another name. But yeah. All right. Is this a real thing? Or is this another little joke at my expense? RI should be after this one on the spiders. Right here. Arithmomaniac. So this is the Cookie Monster from Sesame Street. No, it's not. It's not that. It's the Count from Sesame Street. We've just included the Count from Sesame Street. His weakness. Does lightning, star, and thunder strike every time he gets to a certain number? is that where we're going with this? Compulsion to count objects until. Well, let's consider it a weakness. But I was never expecting anybody to put something in there that literally stated something from Sesame Street. That's dear. Keep trying. You look. You've got some in here. I know you're trying to keep squeezing something that. I have to keep thinking about everything you put in. I was like, what the? I see. Injured. The monster has some wound that inconveniences it. Yep. Okay, I get what he's saying here. We're not talking about it's just it's a temporary weakness. It's not a permanent thing. All right. Injured. And I. You've been trying to get me to do this for a bunch of you have been trying to get me to put it in. Injured. Okay, it's going to be after inebriation. Okay, injured. Okay, we've got injured. Lawful won't violate laws. Oh, okay, lawful. Grains of sand, really? Lawful. Okay. What are we doing here? Lawful. Oh no. My brain is shutting down. Okay. All right. Keep going. Stay with it. Okay, so that's a weakness. It won't violate laws. Is that really a weakness? Hello, Dungeons and Chronics. How you doing? Tagged. The creature has a tracking device affixed. Oh, tagged. Oh, I see. Yes, yes, we could do that. Tagged. Tagged. Come on, get it done. Get it done. Get it done. Tagged. Tag. Tag, 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 tag. I was watching Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. I'd forgotten how much I liked that movie. I also forgot how inaccurate it was too. Because a lot of what happens in that movie is fictitious. So there's a lot of metaphors going on in the movie. Let's get real. A tracking device affixed to it. Okay, we got it tagged. What else have we got in here? Let's see what else can I. What do we got? No. We've got fragile already. There's no point doing that. No. Disintegration prone. Well, nobody likes being disintegrated. Shit. Oh. What else? What else? What else? What else? What's that? Vin Diesel did a movie about a person who would overheat, and it was supposed to be his weakness, which it never seemed to really be a weakness because he seemed to be like indestructible. But he would overheat, and that could shut him down. And I think there's another one called. There's another superhero that sort of could overheat and explode, and I want to do that. What have you done here, Fred? Let's try this. I'm not sure what that's all about, but we'll put it in, and I'll see how to try to dissect it a little bit. Trips over its own nose. Over its own nose, really? Is that what we're trying to do? I am completely confused by that idea. Okay. Dumbo, huge ears that flop in the wind. Yeah, that's a weakness. Doesn't Dumbo's wings allow him to fly though? Like he's got a lot of. Yeah. Johnny Storm. Yeah, Johnny Storm. Explosion. Yeah, going supernova. Goldilocks compelled to try out other people's food. Shit. We're scraping the barrel today. I think this might be a good point to stop and regroup for next week, because I'm having trouble coming up with them. You know, you guys are having trouble coming up with them, which I totally get, because we've done so many, and maybe we just need to look at this with fresh eyes on another day. It's not the end of the world if we don't get it done today. It'll get done at some other point. But overheat. The monster is constant at threat of heating up and exploding. Put that as a question mark on that one too, I think. Okay, all right, let me share what I've got here, and I think this is a good point to stop, because really, core blimey, it actually is not that easy to do. I actually think that was it's been a hard task. Lots of stuff to think about. So let's just go over here and I will show you. These are sort of the unfinished, unpositioned ones. So we were kind of at this point. Don't get too excited, because some of these are sort of a little bit silly, or just untagged, or they haven't quite come to their full fruition. I feel fairly confident that we could get it done next time. And then we've got I would say about 82 that I say are pretty much locked in. 82 different monster weaknesses that cover all sorts of different, it's pretty standard and also very peculiar weaknesses as well. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and it's just about going through and trying to tidy up the last few that we had here. I think there's roughly about 10 that need to be sort of tidied up. But I think we're going to say enough's enough for today and come back to it another day, because there's always another day, and we do monster workshops every week, so it's not the end of the world. Galileo, compelled to correct the misconceptions of civilization. Dear. All right. Look, that was actually hard work, because a lot of ideas came forward that we'd already sort of covered before. Are you interested in making 100 monster weaknesses? Yes, 69%. No, 10%. Undecided 10%. Just watching 10%. Out of 10 votes. All right. We're getting closer. I'm going to put it down to, it wasn't meant to be today that we finished it. Name dropper. Claims to know all people of notoriety. Oh my gosh, Fred. Are you you're just sticking stuff in there, aren't you? All right. Okay, let's put this in here. I don't know what to do with this. So I'm gonna say that that's it for today. We will come back to this tomorrow. Not tomorrow. We'll come back to this on Tuesday for me in New Zealand next week, and we'll probably finish it. Tomorrow I am covering Morkbork or Merkbork character creation. We're not using a class. I'm not using a class. No class. Morkbork, Merkbork. So I thought it would be nice to actually cover something like that for a little while. And we'll be doing all of the classes for Morkbork or Merkbork. But I've decided to start with the non-class version, which is there is no class involved. It's just standard character. You are just a whatever, waiting to die. Really, you're just waiting to die. It's going to be a lot of fun. Trust me, it'll be interesting. I've got it pretty much worked out. Anyway, I want to say a huge thank you to all of my patrons who support me on Patreon. I really do appreciate it. It makes a big difference that you do. I want to thank everybody who took part in the poll today, everybody who's been watching and listening today. That's right. Exactly, Stuart. It's finally come. So I'm going to subject you to 7 weeks of making Morkbork or Merkborky characters. Okay? And if you don't like it, tough. because that's going to happen. 7 weeks of it. Anyway, thank you to everybody in the chat who's been providing their ideas. Fred Huber, Prepare, Cook and Survive, who's really been trying to throw me. Dungeons and Chronics, Derp, lots of very interesting ideas. Quite difficult to get them to sort of fit. Pale Rider. I said Fred Huber, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. Big Kid, who's been hanging out with us, who was a patron and a moderator, who was here for a little while. And yes, it's been fun. We should do this again, shouldn't we? Like next week. Milton, almost forgot about Milton. So yeah, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. So wherever you are in the world, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, the night, or the wee early morning, please look after yourself, your family, and your friends. Be nice to your neighbours. And hey, till next time. Maybe check out Esper the Bard's book, maybe, or not. Or just watch the live stream. Hey, whatever works for you. Until next time, keep rolling those 20s.